So the stock market's crashing and spiraling out of control, and it's left newer investors in limbo. The old mantra of buying stocks because stocks only go up is all but dead. It seems that the only investors in the current market that are making money are the short sellers. Now, traditionally, unless you had millions in your bank account or you owned your own brokerage firm, shorting just wasn't an option. The average Joe like you and me just couldn't find shares to short, especially on what's called hard to borrow stocks. These stocks are stocks that have lower floats, less volumes, or maybe flying under the radar. It would just be impossible to short these companies. In fact, still today, it's not exactly easy. I myself, I have 12 different brokerage accounts, and all but one allow me to short pretty much anything I want. And that's where TradeZero comes in, who were kind enough to sponsor this video. And I know what you're thinking, a paid review video on TradeZero. But don't let that deter you, because I'm going to give you the good points, the bad points, and of course, the ugly points when it comes to using TradeZero. Trust me, I've been using them for years. You can even go back years and years ago when I first started this channel to see my first ever TradeZero review video. Now, I've wanted to do this video for a while now, talking more and more about my dirty secret pastime, which of course is day trading. But I want to get this disclaimer out the way right off the bat. Day trading is super hard, and some would even call it damn dangerous. The returns you can make are seemingly endless, but trust me, it takes hours upon hours of dedication, work ethic to even get close to having a chance of becoming a profitable trader. So if you're dreaming of getting a Lamborghini this year, just hold off, spend your dreams and times in the books, and start studying more on day trading itself, because trust me, most people fail in this industry. But if you are serious about taking day trading more seriously and willing to put in the effort, in this video I want to cover why TradeZero might just be the perfect broker for you. I want to cover why TradeZero's short locate feature is super important, especially to day traders. We'll talk about TradeZero's fees and commissions, the platforms that they offer because there's several versions, what fund requirements they actually have to open an account, and I'll briefly touch on my favorite feature that TradeZero offers that majority of brokers do not offer. But like I said, we will talk about the negatives too, such as the platform lag, dividends, and some fees that some traders tend to miss. Now, for me personally, when I day trade, it's just with what I consider to be play money. I aim to make 100 bucks here, 200 bucks there, the odd $1,000 day, and that's pretty much it. I like to play with the amount of money that if I did indeed mess up, it's not going to cost me my house. I usually set myself a goal every couple of months of making enough money to pay for something, such as a bathroom, a kitchen, the walk-in wardrobe, or basically anything else my wife has told me to buy. But this way, I get to grow my account at a leisurely pace without taking too much emotional risk, and compound these returns hopefully over time with enough to buy my missus the Louis Vuitton bag she wants at Christmas. Now anyway, back to TradeZero. The recent market conditions have been pretty horrific, especially if you're long biased on equities. The only way to make money in the stock market lately has been by shorting the stocks that Cathie Wood is buying. But to do so, you need to borrow shares, and some brokers are going to rip your face off with crazy fees on CFDs or some other way around charging you extortionate amounts of money. But some just simply don't offer shares to short. But TradeZero has been a savior of mine in the past few months, and it's been able to top up my account as I've been getting battered on my long biased plays. TradeZero's flagship is a feature which gives you the ability to find hard to locate shares, meaning that everyday people like me and you can find shares that wouldn't normally be offered at a standard brokerage. Of course, to borrow these shares, there's of course gonna be a fee, as any broker would seemingly want to make money, and them fees can vary depending on the stock. When you look on whichever TradeZero platform, if you look on the level 2, you will see a little green S here on Apple, which means you don't need to locate shares. You can go ahead and short it. But if we looked at Alibaba, there's a little red LR, which means we need to locate shares. And if we locate them, agree a price, we can have them all day to play with for that fee. To do so, we open the short locate tab, and we're going to go ahead and put in Baba here, and we are going to locate 100 shares of Alibaba. You will have this little short locate. They will give you an offer of 54 cents for 100 shares, and you can click accept or cancel. We're going to go ahead and click accept. Now, these shares are mine to play with all day for whatever I wish. Now, bearing in mind, this fee will vary depending on the demand for the stock, the float of the stock, the volume of the stock, and many other variables. Alibaba is quite a big float, and it's not really that much in demand, so it was cheap. For example, if we put in ticker SPRO, which was running a couple of days ago, we will see that it is slightly, in fact, it's more than double the price of Alibaba. So we're going to click cancel there. Now, this fee you pay for your shares, your 100 shares, 1,000 shares, whatever it may be, will be dependent on the stock float, the demand, the overall volume the ticker has, and if there is indeed shares available in the market. The price will vary day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, and it's important that you do check this fee before you just click accept. There's a stock that's been running right now. It's currently on SSR and halted, called ATXI, and this was currently at $78 a share, and now, oh no, it's back. You can get shares for $17. Now, let's say you go ahead and make a trade with these shares, you short stock, you make some money, your daily gains locked in, it's currently lunchtime, and you're done for the day. You want to go and enjoy the rest of your day. Now, with TradeZero, they have a very unique feature where you can click credit and credit these shares back into the market, meaning that TradeZero will then go ahead and try and sell it to somebody else. And if they are successful in doing so, you will get a commission back on that sale. In essence, basically, you're getting some of your fees back that you paid to borrow them in the first place. This is a truly unique feature, and it's great to see that TradeZero are actually giving customers back something rather than just continuing to circle out profit after profit on reissuing of shares. Now, we did just touch on fees. What other fees does TradeZero have? Now, all orders and trades at TradeZero fall under two categories: free and paid. Now, the paid category you can see here. It's pretty simple, but also pretty competitive to other brokers out there. But if you're adding to the market in what's called adding liquidity, then your trade could in essence be free. To get a free trade, you need to meet certain criteria. You need to have more than 200 shares, the stock needs to be over $1, and you need to be basically sat on the bid or the ask, whichever way you're going, for a couple of seconds. In essence, you don't get filled instantaneously. This would be what's called adding liquidity to the market. In essence, if we looked over down here at Alibaba and I put a bid in for something like, I don't know, $78, and I sat there all day waiting for it to be filled, by the time it does get there, and it probably will, then that would have been a free trade. I would say all in all, about 50% of my trades with TradeZero are now free, and I do in turn get more and more free trades as I get more used to this system. I would say about 50% approximately are free trades with me in my account at TradeZero, although I'm not really the type of guy to penny pinch. I'd much rather lock in again for a fee or cut a loss quickly and try and care about a couple of bucks in fees. But after some practice, literally anybody could start getting used to this free feature. Now, another cost is the platform. The Pro platform and the web platform cost you currently $59 a month. There is a free version, however, but I implore you to at least go and do what it takes to try out the Pro version. When trading, especially trading volatile stocks intraday, it's important to give you every single edge you can, and having a Pro platform will offer you much more tools and a much more reliable place to place trades. If you sign up using my links down on the pinned comment or in the description, you're going to go ahead and get 3 months absolutely free on the Pro version. So you've got nothing to lose. In my opinion, just go and give it a whirl. Now, the reason why I love the Pro platform that much is because of this feature here called a hot deck. This allows you to customize certain buttons that when you click them, it performs a simple action. In essence, it's just like a hotkey where you just click something and something happens. And it saves you a lot of problems when a trade's going against you and moving fast. You just click one button and you're all out. Now, sticking with fees, the first negative with TradeZero is, of course, going to be somewhere in the fees. They're going to charge you $50 if you want to withdraw funds from the platform, which can seem quite steep, and it is more than some of their competitors. But given the fact that you have the ability to get short locates, free trades, and a platform which is much cheaper than some of their competitors, I don't think this is that much of an issue unless you're looking at taking out money every single day. There's also a broker-assisted fee of $30 if you lose the internet and have to message their chat line to close a trade for you. Now, one of the biggest reasons why I think TradeZero is great for newer beginner investors is their minimum low threshold requirements. Being honest with you, I don't like keeping tens and tens of thousands of dollars on my day trading account. I try and keep just a couple of thousand there, just enough so that I can grow my account steadily over time and have a bit of fun doing so. But given TradeZero's minimum is only $500 and they're going to give you 4-to-1 leverage and 6-to-1 leverage on over $2,500, then these low minimum thresholds allow me to find shares to locate, short stocks, and keep low minimums all in one location. Now, I want to clarify here, using leverage and shorting is a dangerous game, and nobody watching this video should do it. So be very, very careful whenever you're using leverage, especially going short, because it can literally spell disaster if you don't know what you're doing. TradeZero is currently available in the US, Canada, and Europe, which is a big plus to us Europeans who find it hard to open a day trading account with majority of brokers. But like I said, there is some drawbacks too, and I have to be open and honest about them. The first one is Mac users. I myself, I love my Mac. I'm not going to downgrade myself to a PC, even though some would argue with me that's an actual upgrade. But there isn't an app for Mac. I hope they one day do this, but majority of brokers just don't have an application on Mac OS. Now, there is a workaround using something called Parallels, which I currently use. That's my current setup and system that you can see on screen right now. Another drawback is dividends. TradeZero just do not pay you dividends, which does make sense because they're a day trading broker, not a long-term investing platform. But if you are looking for long-term dividend or passive income or anything crazy like that, then this platform's just, well, it's not for you. And finally, the biggest problem with TradeZero is something they're constantly working on to fix. A majority of brokers do have this issue too, is lagging on their platform. Sometimes when there's a stock trading crazy amounts of volume, like 10 million shares on the opening candle, the platform cannot keep up. It's only for a couple of seconds, but sometimes there is a lag. But I will say I have experienced this lag with all other brokers too. It is a rarity, but it is something that people should be made aware of. Long story short, if you're unsure, just don't trade the opening few minutes where stocks are most volatile. And in essence, that's probably a good idea anyway, because that's where you're most likely to get a bad entry and get burned. Overall, I think TradeZero is a great product for a newer investor. It's good for beginners, and it's a broker, like I said, I've used for literal years. Just remember not to YOLO your life savings short with leverage into some crazy stock that you only heard of this morning. Start small, build up a system, build up some data that back your theory and thesis, and grow your account slowly over time. I want to say thanks again to TradeZero for sponsoring this video, and don't forget there is 3 months free when you sign up using the link down below on the pinned comment. Now, if you're a Mac user, check this video out up here where I show you how you can get hold of TradeZero's Pro platform on a Mac. And if you could drop down in the comments the word mobile or the word pro, it will let me know which video you want next on TradeZero. Do you want a review on the mobile or a review on the Pro platform itself? Best of luck day trading out there, and I'll see you in the next one.